It's the Boilermakers and the Wolverines at Ann Arbor, Michigan. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game.
Well, the Boilermakers, Ken, just don't match up very well against this bunch. Standback and Weber will be a good battle. Voskuhl is bigger than Darner. Riley bigger than Maneri. Talley is very, very quick. And Rose, an outstanding player, about 4 inches taller than Waddell. Purdue
will have to play 2 levels above normal to compete up here. We'll have the tip-off in a moment.
The grandkids are coming over this afternoon. So Sally is making her special homemade ice cream. It's a closely guarded family recipe using only the finest, freshest ingredients. Sure, doing things the old-fashioned way does take a little extra time, but it's worth it. Because it keeps the precious little darlings away from her Edie's almond praline. Edie's. Evidently, it's not your normal almond praline.
Why should I have to wait a week for my dealer to fix my brakes just because I own a foreign car?
For foreign car brakes, Midas gets the job done right and right away.
I wouldn't settle for anything less than the right parts.
Midas stocks the right brake parts for practically every foreign car.
So I went to Midas.
Midas brake technicians are trained experts. That's why we guarantee every brake shoe and pad for as long as you own your foreign car. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
There you see Gene Cady, the Boilermaker head man. Steve Fisher on his feet on the other end of the sidelines as Michigan wins the tap. Michael Talley, number 14, their fine point guard, happy to give it up to these high-scoring, high-flying youngsters as Michigan kicks it out of bounds right off the get-go. Number 25 is Juwan Howard in the starting lineup. That's a change. Another freshman in the starting lineup. A last-minute change for Steve Fisher.
Wolverines come out, show a little pressure man-to-man, then drop back into their regular man-to-man defense, trying to see how the Boilermakers are going to react to it.
5 is Jalen Rose on Darner. The matchup's very interesting in the early going. A Standback makes a good catch. McNary had the shot, passed on it.
You saw the cover down from the opposite side that Michigan does so very well. Purdue will have to take advantage of that. But watch their passes because Talley was waiting back, waiting for the steal.
Good move by Howard to jump out and block that one, and traveling as both teams begin the game with turnovers.
Good defensive pressure by Michigan. They put great pressure on the basketball and force you into some mistakes. And they look for the steal on the weak side, especially into the passing lanes.
So Howard got the call in the middle over Eric Riley, the veteran. There's Howard over McNary. Got the roll.
That's Howard's shot. He loves to catch the ball in that area and shoot that little jump hook. Very difficult to stop. You just can't let him catch it, period.
Out of Chicago Vocational High School. One of the Fab Five, as they have been tabbed by the media. They prefer the 5X. McNary answers the call with a turnaround jumper of his own.
That'll change the defensive philosophy of Michigan. They'll have to look for McNary.
Gene Cady will not be happy to see that very often tonight. Number 4 is Chris Weber, 6'9", 240 out of Detroit. The Michigan Mr. Basketball and a Mr. Everything as a high schooler.
One thing you don't want to do with Weber is get him excited, and that's exactly what that kind of play allows.
Goaltending, count the basket as McNary answers the bell again for the Boilermakers.
Nice pass over the top of the defense. Waddell finding McNary down low. Made a nice jump fake. Got Howard over the top. Here's a look at it. This is Weber a moment ago. Boy, that's a difficult play to defense, but you've got to be ready for it.
32 of the ball is Voskuhl. James Voskuhl, he's a junior out of Grand Rapids. He's had a bum ankle the last few games. Hasn't played well in Big Ten play yet, but he's just now healthy after about 3 weeks of being bothered by that thing. And Woody Austin rips down a rebound. Standback beats the defense down, then loses the ball. Here's McNary. What a start for McNary as he scores Purdue's first 6 points and gives the Boilermakers a 6-4 lead. Purdue's first lead in the ball game.
Good rebound by Woody as he pulled that one down and started that break.
Howard gets the finger roll. A lot of contact, no call. And the shooting, unbelievable. Austin beats the defense. And Purdue giving Michigan a little dish of their own medicine here, Bob.
Well, one of the things the Wolverines will do, and they're a young ball club, they're not really used to busting back on defense like you have to. Maybe a little celebration after a basket. The Boilermakers took advantage of it.
Austin on a reach in, I think will be guilty of the violation. No, instead it'll go to Standback, who did not establish position underneath. Standback commits the first foul. And coming into the Michigan lineup, number 24 is Jimmy King, and Voskuhl sits down.
McNary going out as Riley comes in. McNary with a great start. He has all the Boilermaker, or 6 of the Boilermaker points. Woody Austin had the last 2.
King inbounds to Talley. The only real veteran on the floor is Weber, who fires up a long-range bomber, and a rebounding foul against the Wolverines. The ball is going out of bounds to Purdue. The foul is on Rose. His first, the team's first. Or check that second team foul on the Wolverines.
So look at that light pressure again as the Wolverines drop back.
I had it right the first time. Each team guilty of 1 foul at this point in time. Purdue leading 8-6. We've played 3.5 minutes. Woody Austin finds a little room, and the Boilermakers take a 4-point lead in the early going.
Purdue starting out where they left off against Iowa, playing very, very well, taking advantage of what the defense is giving them.
Now Weber finds Howard, but Riley guilty of putting the body on Howard. A little too physical for the liking of the referees. Our officials tonight, Tom O'Neill, Sam Licklighter, and Verl Sell. And now Eric Riley, the veteran center, 42, comes back in. There you see the 3 fellas blowing the whistles. And there's Riley, 7 foot, 227 pounds, a junior out of Cleveland. He tacked down about 15 pounds over the summer. Puts it up strong over Standback. Makes it a 2-point game. Purdue up a deuce.
You begin to see the kinds of matchup problems that Michigan presents to a ball club because they are so big at every position.
Now the pressure. Good catch there by Link Darner. And the Boilermakers set up the offense. As these young Michigan freshmen learn how to play defense, Darner is open. Oh, a 3-point shot for Link Darner. And the Boilermakers take a 5-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. 21 is Jackson, 24 Jimmy King, and there's Rose. And he throws it right away. King wasn't looking, he was setting up a screen, and the pass went right into the hands of Darner. Another Wolverine turnover. Their second one, and now Purdue throws it away. Their second turnover. We've got 15-20 remaining in the first half. 13-8 Purdue leads. We're coming right back.
Corn growers, rootworm protection has taken on a whole new shape. Introducing the Lock and Load closed handling system, the new, safer way to handle your insecticide. Each Lock and Load container opens automatically when attached to your planter lid. Just lock it on and it loads. It's fast, easy, and dust-free. New Lock and Load. Available only at your Cyanamid Agri-Center dealer.
You're not a kid anymore, you must be kidding me. You look 10 years younger than you're supposed to be. You've got smooth, soft skin, bright, shining eyes. Drinking milk every day, well that's no surprise, cause milk tastes delicious. You're not a kid anymore. And I'll tell you what's more. You're not a kid anymore. Milk's good for you. You're not a kid anymore.
Milk, cause you're not a kid anymore.
Not a kid anymore.
Is right around the corner, and if you have a ticket, you can win $1 million cash.
I get movie tickets, I get concert tickets, I get a speeding ticket. Well, I get a Bud Bowl ticket.
You'll find your ticket where you buy Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry Draft beer.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. What are you waiting for?
I'm going.
Pick up your ticket at a participating store, and you just might be a winner. Bud Bowl 4. This time it's for $1 million.
We're back in Ann Arbor, and this broadcast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference Incorporated, and it is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this broadcast without the expressed prior written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. Bob Ford at the top of the telecast. We talked about Purdue getting off to a good start, and they appear to have really come to play in this game tonight.
Well, they've taken advantage of the turnovers that Michigan has committed thus far in the ball game. They've taken good shots on the inside, done a nice job going to the backboard.
Michigan with the basketball, trailing 5. King. The deep rebound to Howard. Michigan reloads. Now Talley sets up the play. He's a junior out of Detroit. He has started 34 of their last 35. Jackson on a lean in with the hang time. He didn't get it, and Darner pulls down his second rebound.
Stanback did a nice job on Howard to keep him from getting the ball.
Woody Austin at the baseline. He scored 6, and the Boilermakers lead it by 7. 14.5 minutes to go as Riley got away with a little push on the other Riley. Eric with the basketball in on Craig, and he scores. Eric Riley, the 7-footer out of Cleveland, averaging 7 points a game. The Big Ten's second leading rebounder a year ago. Makes it a 15-10 count in favor of the Boilermakers.
Michigan has stepped up that pressure now just a little bit, beginning to deny the ball to the inbounder and also not allowing it to come back to the point guard.
Woody Austin thought about breaking down low, brings it back out. Craig Riley.
Purdue looking to break down the defense, forcing them to move from side to side.
Waddell wide open, hits a 3. Purdue's second 3-point basket of the ball game, and it's 18-10. The Boilermakers by 8. Again, their biggest lead of the game. Howard surrounded by black shirts, and a foul on the play. The guilty party. Is Woody Austin. With all 4 black shirts down there, or at least 4 out of the 5. Difficult to tell who they'd call the foul on, but it's Austin picks up his first.
They really collapse to the inside when that ball goes down low, because once it gets in there, it's not likely that Michigan is going to pitch it back out. So they will collapse and try to force the turnover if they can.
Conzo Martin, Matt Painter onto the floor now for Purdue. Cornelius McNary has replaced Craig Riley, and Matt Waddell sits down on the bench for a moment. Now this has nothing to do with Waddell's perhaps taking the shot out of turn. He dropped that 3-pointer. Conzo Martin has played outstanding defense, and this is an opportunity to rest Waddell a little bit, get Martin in the game, get him in the feel of the game. Talley wide open for 3. Great job by Howard, who goes up, comes down with it, and is called for traveling. A break for the Boilermakers. Some upset Michigan fans here at Chrysler Arena. The Boilermakers get the ball out of bounds and pressure.
There was a lot of battling inside, a lot of hands after this basketball. Look at him go. Shows you one thing. You've got to catch the ball. You can't be tipping it around. There, Howard got it caught on the bottom of the backboard. That's how he traveled.
Now Painter, guarded by King. Darner in the corner. Now Martin, and look at Michigan with that scramble defense. It's knocked out of bounds by Jackson. He wanted the call in his favor, but Ray Jackson, a 6'6" freshman from Austin, Texas, and another one of the Fab 5, doing a defensive number on Martin.
He's one of 3 Texas ball players here for Michigan, and he's one of those guys that will go after the steal. He loves to take the basketball away, and you saw his aggressiveness that time as he nearly got it from Martin.
Travis Trice reports into the Purdue lineup. Chris Webber back into the Michigan lineup. Trice, number 3 in the black shirt for the Boilermakers. Conzo Martin with the basketball. Painter finds McNary. Stanback with a rebound bucket, and the Boilermakers have doubled the score on Michigan in the first 7.5 minutes of the ball game.
The Wolverines don't seem to know what to do with McNary. He's been playing for the Boilermakers all year long, and they just have not been covering him, and he's had open shots. That time Stanback able to knock his back in as the Wolverines recovered defensively to put the block in front of McNary.
Voskuhl back into the lineup. The freshman Jackson sits down. Voskuhl to inbound. King had nowhere to go. Here's Voskuhl. Thought about the three for a moment. He's a good three-point shooter. Talley with Trice on him. Now Michigan looks confused as Painter knocks it out of bounds. 13 seconds on the timer. The Wolverines having trouble executing.
Boilermakers with good physical play inside. Look at this. Look at Stanback battling with Weber. He was open for a moment. Michigan chose not to throw it in there and ended up going out of bounds off of Painter.
Now Talley. And Martin all alone for the rebound.
Good block out by Purdue. They kept all the gold shirts away from the basket.
Now Purdue with a strange lineup out there, Bob, from the standpoint of scoring. Woody Austin on the bench. Waddell on the bench. As the pass goes past everybody and out of bounds. We've got 11:38 remaining in the first half. The Boilermakers lead 20-10. Coming back after this local break, this is the Raycom Sports Network.
They say knowledge is power.
They're right.
Great. Then I'm powerless.
Come on.
I'm no financial genius. How am I going to make the right decisions?
By getting the right information.
And just how am I going to do that?
Well, you do have the power to change banks.
The knowledge to make the right decision. Get the feeling at INB.
It's really crazy. The Nines Are Wild sale at Dairy Queen, where you can get a third-pound double burger for just 99 cents, or a bacon cheeseburger for, right, 99 cents. How about this? 2 hot dogs for 99 cents. And here's the kicker, a 12-ounce Blizzard or Breeze for, you guessed it, 99 cents. Double burger, bacon cheeseburger, 2 hot dogs, and a Blizzard or Breeze, all just 99 cents each. Right now during the Nines Are Wild sale at Dairy Queen.
You may not know this, but I'm a member of 2 championship teams. The Chicago Bulls, of course, and the DARE team. The team with millions of kids across the country who are learning that real champions don't take drugs. Because DARE, the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program, teaches kids how to resist taking drugs and become the best they can be. But we need your help so all our kids can learn to never take drugs. So please support the DARE team and give every kid the chance to become a champion.
We're back at Chrysler Arena. You're looking at a comparative view of these two schools, and be aware that Purdue has played more games than Michigan as you look at this.
Free throw shooting especially, Ken, is one that really jumps out. Michigan has been there 310 times. Purdue only 293, although the Boilermakers hit a better percentage from there. Michigan is not a very good free throw shooting team. The shot blocking 77-30, and they love to knock that ball away.
There you see the series and the fact that Purdue has won 4 in a row, the last 2 here at Chrysler, including last year's double overtime victory. Riley inside, misses. Look at Weber.
Weber in great position on the far side, and it was because Stanback had to come over and help out with Riley. That created the situation where Weber could just go in there and sweep the board.
Waddell bringing the ball up the floor, had to literally battle his way there. An awful lot of contact allowed, and Michigan executing very well off a play diagrammed or called during that timeout. They determined what they wanted to do and attacked, and now McNary in trouble, did not get the 5-second call. Michigan really wanted it. Steve Fisher as Waddell scores, and a foul on the play on Riley. What a drive to the basket by Matt Waddell. His 5th point of the ball game, and he's going to the stripe for Purdue.
That's Waddell's signature shot. He's the one that likes to do the lean-in. Here's a look at McNary getting caught up. Finally finds Waddell, who will do the reverse, head right for the basket. There it is. Great play by Waddell. He went down hard as Riley really nailed him, and he goes back to the free throw line.
Waddell, the freshman out of Tipton. You see Matt Painter in your picture. Drops the free throw. Matt has 6. Purdue leading 23-12. And I don't know about you, Bob, but I'm a little bit surprised at this point. Not that Purdue would be leading or playing even. There are a lot of factors in Michigan's play that plays to Purdue's favor, but they're so talented as Riley scores his second in a row. It's 23-14. The Boilermakers on top.
Of late, Michigan has not played well in the ball game, has had to play their way back into the contest late. And that's because they're young. They don't understand how hard you have to come out and play in this league if you want to stay competitive. And if they weren't so talented, they'd get blown away a lot.
And I think, too, Bob, we've seen a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde performance by the Boilermakers as Painter tracks down the errant shot by Austin, in that they're playing much better in Big Ten than in the pre-Big Ten. Standback in trouble. Needs a release pass. Finds Austin. Austin kicks it, but is able to retreat and pick it up. And again, the Boilermakers reload. Standback from about 14 feet away. And at this point, Purdue can't miss. Standback has 4. The Boilermakers again lead 11 with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Rose got caught in the backcourt as Waddell seemed to get the feet tangled up a little bit, gave him a little shove. There you see Coach Fisher in his 3rd full season with the Wolverines.
He has to be a little concerned. Gene Cady has to be happy that Jalen Rose hasn't scored in the ball game yet, as the Boilermakers defense done a good job of keeping the ball away from him. That time he nearly broke away for a layup down the middle, but they've really been shading towards him.
Riley. Riley again with his 8th point makes it a 25-16 count in favor of Purdue. McNary 2-time. They'll call a jump ball, and on the possession arrow the basketball belongs to the Boilermakers. Excellent defense as Standback just didn't have any place to go.
Oh, this is a good job by Standback. He's trying to draw the foul, but they're so much bigger than he is, he just can't do anything with it.
Purdue with their 3rd and 4th attempt at the basket couldn't get it into the hole. Good offensive rebounding, but they couldn't find pay dirt, and now here's Michigan. Nice lob to Weber. Purdue saw it coming and still couldn't do anything about it.
Now, I could see it coming from where I was sitting as Darner came up to stay with his man. That left the backside open for Michigan to get it to Weber. They're just lucky he didn't stuff it.
Now this crowd coming alive at Chrysler, although I'll tell you what, to Purdue's advantage, this tremendous snowstorm up here has kept the crowd down. There are about 5,000 empty seats here as Purdue misses again. Voskuhl on the rebound. Here come the Wolverines. Out of bounds. Jimmy King stepped on the end line as he put the ball in play on the dribble. The 4th turnover by the Wolverines, a break for the Boilermakers because Michigan had some momentum.
Looks like the Wolverines are beginning to warm up. They're showing a little interest in the game that they didn't show earlier. There's that nice move inside by Weber. Darner could do nothing about it.
Reports in the local papers here indicated that this isn't particularly a happy Michigan team. Sam Mitchell, a sophomore, quit the team just before Big Ten play. Others concerned about their playing time as Rose intercepts. Rose coast to coast. Riley on a tip. Austin has the ball. Bodies all over the floor. Here comes Purdue with the numbers. 3-on-2. Standback. Darner wide open. Austin couldn't get a handle on it. Fight for the ball. It's saved and out of bounds to the Boilermakers.
Game getting a little quicker now in favor of Michigan as the Boilermakers are running up and down the court with them.
And Purdue leads it by 7. We're coming right back.
If you're into looking good, get into Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never let you down.
You can taste it, feel it, know you got it right. 'Cause everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else.
You take me back to that feeling.
For sure
more starting power every time, no matter what the weather. Use CarQuest batteries in your car or truck. Quality CarQuest batteries perform each and every time and can only be found at CarQuest Auto Parts stores. Stop by your local CarQuest Auto Parts store today and pick up a CarQuest battery. It won't let you down. And CarQuest keeps us rolling down the road.
Why are you drinking so much coffee, Charlie?
I'm about to have a Farm Bureau Insurance client account review and evaluation.
It's just a fancy name for saying your Farm Bureau Insurance agent has this great new service designed to review all your insurance policies. You know how fast things change.
Client account review and evaluation.
C-A-R-E.
Farm Bureau Insurance really does care. So what are you so worried about?
7:42 to go in the first half. And a telltale sign right there, the bench points.
Boilermakers have none to this point. Eric Riley for Michigan has 8. But the Boilermakers still lead at 25-18 as they've just gotten off to an outstanding beginning in this ball game. Looking now to continue the streak. They've been cold last couple of times down.
After that outstanding save by Michigan, but saved it out of bounds, Purdue inbounding. And Michigan with an in-your-vest man-to-man defense. Waddell. Riley has the rebound, finds Darner. Austin left it short. On the floor, Conzo Martin finds Darner. He's hammered by Howard. Darner will go to the free throw line for the Boilermakers. Great second effort there by Purdue.
Good scrambling hustle after the basketball as it went to the court. Riley goes down after it. Here comes Martin in to save it to Darner, who gets hammered by Howard up over the top. Here's a look at it again. Could have gotten called for a travel as he slid along the floor there. No whistle. Now Darner to free throw line for 2.
Darner has a three-pointer home already, hitting them at 40%, hitting free throws at 77%. These are his first free throws in Big Ten play. The foul on Howard was his first, the third on Michigan. Purdue has 4 team fouls. As back into the lineup comes Ray Jackson. James Voskuhl, the junior, sits down. And the Boilermakers back to a 9-point lead. They've led by as many as 11.
Hunter also in the lineup as we look at Voskuhl. Another one of those jumping jacks, likes to go to the backboard hard, about 6'5". Presents some matchup problems because he can play in so many positions on the court.
Had a little moisture, a little perspiration at center court. Got that mopped up. As Michigan gets it inside, Howard can't get it to go. He's fouled on the play. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul call to number 10, Woody Austin.
Woody Austin picks up his second foul. 5th team foul for the Boilermakers, and Howard goes to the free throw line. And Michigan really struggling as a team at the stripe. Howard, one of the better free throw shooters, hitting them at 65%.
Austin now with 2 fouls with 7:06 remaining has got to be very careful defensively. He does not want to pick up number 3 here in the first half. That would be devastating to Purdue.
Michigan as a team hitting free throws at just 64%, not necessarily taking advantage of the many opportunities that they're getting to the line. In fact, they've been to the line 310 times in 11 games. The opposition 278 times in 11 games. And as we pointed in the one graphic earlier, Purdue 293 times to the stripe. And now they're struggling with the basketball. Nice look pass to Rose. Look away, throw it down to Rose. He's fouled. Waddell picks up his second, and Michigan goes right back to the stripe.
Boilermakers were just slow in reacting here. Look how slow they are to react to the problem. Waddell was there. Austin waited for the double team to come, and when you got guys the size of Michigan coming at you in a double team, very hard to throw the ball over the top of it, and you end up with a foul.
Jalen Rose drops the free throw. He'll get another one, the freshman from Detroit. Listed at 6'8", 186-pounder.
That's point number 1 for him. It comes at 6:59 in the first half.
And he had 34 against Iowa.
That's a long time to wait to get those first points. However, he can put them in a hurry.
In fact, in Big Ten play, he accounts for 41% of Michigan's points. Now the pressure again. Conzo Martin gets bumped and a foul is called on Talley. Martin with an aggressive dribble move before the pass creates the contact, and Talley picks up the personal.
Now the Wolverines are forcing that ball into the corner, looking for the double team right away. Purdue's got to react quickly to get that ball back into the middle of the court and keep it away from those corner double teams. Michigan is just gigantic out there right now.
Very disruptive, tough on the passing lanes, but Purdue gets the job done and calls the play. Waddell travel. Looked like he had a play, thought maybe he had a shot, started to make a move, and in the confusion on what to do in his own mind, the 6th Purdue turnover of the ball game. Purdue leads by 6, 27-21. Michigan, after being down 11, crawling back into it. Talley on a back cut, lost the ball. Weber gets it back. He'll not miss from there.
And that ball goes loose. The Boilermakers have got to pick it up. They just can't allow Michigan to get it.
Conzo Martin beats the defense. Goaltending, count the basket. And once again, Purdue beats Michigan down the floor. I'll guarantee you Steve Fisher will have something to say about that at halftime.
There's Weber on the inside. When he gets that ball within 3 or 4 feet, there's just no way you're going to stop him unless you can jump clear to the ceiling. Boilermakers not able to stop him there, but on the other end, Conzo Martin gets in there with the easy play. Nice pass by the Boilermakers.
Weber well short. The rebound on a bounce to the Boilermakers. Darner has it stripped on a great play by Rose. Talley blew the layup. Oh, what a tip in by Ray Jackson. The freshman followed up the play beautifully.
Well, you think that doesn't rankle a head coach when you're not watching what's going on and you allow a guy trailing to come down and tip that ball in, especially when you're 3-on-1.
Austin didn't get the bounce. Cornelius McNary scores, and McNary having a great first half. He's got 8.
Stand back up there to knock it back up to the goal. McNary timed it perfectly, able to tip it right over the edge of the rim.
His career high is 12 a year ago against Eastern Michigan. A travel violation. Jackson stepped once before he dribbled. The 5th turnover for the Wolverines, and the Boilermakers with a 31-25 lead take the basketball.
Every time it looks like Michigan might get their game under control and start making a move on Purdue, they make a mistake, and the Boilermakers have been taking advantage.
Here's Austin, much taller Jackson on him. Waddell with Talley on him. Darner open, nice fake. Missed it. Austin with the rebound on a bounce.
Might be the easiest rebound Woody gets all year.
He generally has to work for his, being 6'2", and if he's inside, battling those 6'6" and bigger. And Austin moves into the lane and scores. He's got 8. The Boilermakers lead by 8. And a reach-in foul on Austin. He picks up personal foul number 3, a costly one for the Boilermakers.
Either way that call goes, it's a problem because Waddell has 2 as well. And he could have easily picked up his 3rd. There's Austin having to go to the bench now. The Boilermakers will have to find another way to score. And it's been Matt Waddell of recent who's stepped up and taking over that scoring responsibility when Austin is not in the lineup or might be off just a little bit.
Michael Talley averaging 8.5 points a game, 12 points a game in Big Ten play. Drops that one, and Talley gets on the scoreboard. He had 16 points and 6 assists in the game against Iowa. That was an overtime win for Michigan. Then they lost at Minnesota. And that was a tough loss. Michigan had only 1 loss during the pre-conference season. That was to Duke, and they played them well. But the loss to Minnesota became a real problem for these guys. Stand back on a follow. Puts it back home.
Credit McNary with keeping that ball alive, knocking it back up to the goal so Stanback could get it.
And a travel. Jalen Rose, the guilty party. 5 turnovers. That's 6 turnovers for the Wolverines. And the Boilermakers again take possession, leading 35-27. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining until halftime. There you see the turnover numbers. Now Darner in trouble. And they're going to call a foul on Rose, and he can't believe it.
Well, I can tell you why Rose got that call. Did you see his reaction on the travel violation? He threw that ball straight up in the air about 20 feet. Officials don't appreciate that. Now, he will put some body right here on Waddell. Not a lot of body, little hand. Normally that wouldn't be called, but you make an official angry, he's going to make that call on you.
They'll find out very quickly that this isn't high school.
That's right.
They are youngsters in the Big Ten. And they're going to learn a lot about playing basketball in this conference. We've got another foul call. This one whistled against Purdue. And it's going to be a blocking foul against Stanback. And we're coming back. 35-27 Purdue. Back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
As a charter member of the area's most exclusive money management checking account, look at the benefits you receive. Charter Checking's unlimited check writing means you have money management capabilities and you earn high interest while you make a variety of investment transactions. Stop by any Union Federal office today. We'll put you first with Charter Checking.
Congratulations, you're a charter member.
The bank that puts you first.
There's a business where goals aren't measured by quarters, but by generations. A business where the board meets under open sky. For this business, DuPont created Accent, a low-use rate herbicide that protects corn from Johnson grass and foxtail, and protects the land as well. Because in this business, the accent is on tomorrow.
All right, stop. That's a crate and wasting. Planet Earth isn't ours for the taking. Look, now there's a crack in the atmosphere. I send out a cry, but no one wants to hear. Listen to us. We want to see the hungry fed. It really matters, so get your butt out of bed. Stop! Our population's growing much too fast because it needs to be slow and preserve the planet. Don't take it for granted.
Why can't we leave it the way that we found it?
With Bob Ford, Ken Double back at Chrysler Arena, and we'll tee it up again on the 22nd of January at 8 o'clock when the Michigan State Spartans take on the Purdue Boilermakers. And once again, Purdue battling one of those teams, one of those elite teams that many think would have been favored to win the Big Ten.
Got to be ready to play every game, Ken. Doesn't matter who you're after, whether it's the guys at the bottom of the league or the top of the league. They're all great basketball players, and every game has been difficult this year, no matter where you've played. Now Michigan going to shoot a 1-and-1. The official timer missed it a moment ago. They should have been shot before the timeout. So Talley will shoot his 1-and-1 now.
Talley is at the free throw line. Blew it. Tip no good. Kept alive. And finally Stanback can't hang on to it. Stanback had it. Lost it. And a break for the Wolverines, who trail 35-27.
Michigan already has 8 points off of Boilermaker turnovers.
Waddell does a great job and then has it taken away. Look at this. This looks like rugby. A foul is called. And the foul is called against the Wolverines. Look at this, Bob.
This is just great hustle. Look at Waddell trying to get the ball out. Can't. Then Weber loses it. Stanback tries to get it. And Jalen Rose gives a shove to McNary. That's 3 fouls now on Rose.
So there haven't been a lot of fouls called in the ball game, but some key players have been called for the fouls. Austin on the Purdue bench with 3. Waddell makes a great catch, forces the shot, almost got it to go. Riley tied up. We finally get the jump ball called, and on the possession arrow, it goes to the Wolverines.
They were tied up a long time before there was a whistle. Just before that, watch on the shot here. Waddell brings the ball back, takes a nice shot, and Talley knocks him down and then falls on top of him. No whistle there. Then these guys tie up, and it takes them forever to make the call.
Appears perhaps all 3 of them lost the P in their whistle for a moment. Anyway, they got it squared away. Finally blew the whistle on the jump ball. And here are the Wolverines. They've been trailing ever since it was a 4-2 score in favor of Michigan in the first couple of minutes of the game. Good job by Painter to snare that rebound on the errant shot by Weber.
Hard to see Weber out there shooting that 3-pointer, especially when his club is behind. He doesn't have a particularly good shot, or at least a good-looking shot from that distance.
Here's Travis Trice for the Boilermakers as we near the 2-minute mark left in the first half. Painter finds a lane. Found Trice. Call him for traveling on the stutter step. Turnover number 9.
Here's the pass back out to Painter. Let's see if Trice, well, we're not going to be able to see his feet. Here he comes. It didn't look like he traveled. He may have lifted that foot a little bit. That's where he got the call made.
Number 3 with a basketball is Rob Palinka out of Lake Forest, Illinois. Seeing his first action in the game. Weber muscles his way in, and the Boilermakers take it away. This game getting more and more physical as it goes along. The referees really letting them play.
Weber going for the power move down low, and Standback stood his position. McNary was the one that knocked it away.
McNary 2-time. Trice open momentarily as Talley jumped out quickly. Painter on a nice cut. Off the glass, he kissed it beautifully with a defender behind him trying to swat the basketball out of his hands. Good move by Painter for his first bucket.
Had absolutely no option other than to bank that ball in. A great job of body control to be able to get that ball up there anyway.
Now King, and Palinka just had it roll out of his hands. A break for the Boilermakers as Purdue takes over the basketball, leading 37-27. 65 ticks of the clock left. Turnover number 8 by Michigan here in the first half.
Michigan brings in McIver and takes Weber out. Maybe a little bit tired.
McIver, number 44. Standback in trouble. Purdue has been very close on a couple of times for that 5-second call, as Michigan's defense has been tough. There's the 5-second call.
Interesting that comes from the other side of the court when you've got an official standing right on top of the play.
Now Matt Waddell comes back in. Travis Trice sits down. Although this is a tough time here with 48 seconds left. Waddell does not want to pick up that 3rd foul.
Absolutely not. We'll see if Talley remembers his fouls and tries to drive him to the basket.
Now Riley and McNary really going at it in the lane. McNary will be happy to have those goggles on the way they're flying the elbows around.
Standback doing a good job of dropping into the middle to help out with Riley. Clogs the passing lane there.
20 seconds on the game clock. 16 seconds on the shot clock as King leaves it short. Standback feeds Darner. And Purdue can take the last shot with 10 seconds on the clock. Waddell moves up the floor quickly. Darner. The rebound of the Wolverines. That won't count. That's the end of the first half. The Purdue Boilermakers shot about 55% for the first half and enjoy a 10-point lead, holding the high-flying youngsters of Michigan to just 27 first-half points. It's 37-27 Purdue at halftime. Today's game is brought to you in part by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By your local 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. By Counter Lock and Load Closed Handling System. By Farm Bureau Insurance and the more than 600 Farm Bureau Insurance agents across Indiana. And by Edie's Grand Ice Cream, made in Indiana with Hoosier pride.
Maybe it's the water or something in the air that gives people here that thing we call common sense. You can see it in their faces and the things they do, like going to 76 for their gasoline. It's the same quality the winners at NASCAR depend on. And people figure if it can satisfy the demands of racing, think what it can do for their cars. And that makes sense, which around here comes as no surprise. 76, go with the spirit.
It's just another Saturday afternoon until those old guys came out of the woods with axes. Just when we thought it couldn't get any weirder, it did. They even brought their own music.
Awesome! Hey, fellas, how about a cold bud?
A bud? Obviously, we thought alike.
Oh, that's cold.
It's a good opportunity to practice your German. I've learned so much, and I've learned a lot about the culture as well, and it's also a nice chance to travel, and I've really enjoyed doing that.
When many people think of programs for study abroad, they think of the opportunity to travel, and they think about studying in a foreign language. Both of those things happen, but most importantly for a student studying abroad is the opportunity to learn and develop themselves as an individual.
I wasn't sure if I was liking this or not, and then all of a sudden I was just having a great time. The Purdue Study Abroad programs now consist of 27 programs in 14 different countries.
We've made trips to Poland, to East Germany. Some people have went to Czechoslovakia. We made a group trip to the Soviet Union, and those aren't enough to change the way you look at your life back at home and everything else. You don't take nothing for granted when you come back from those trips.
I study with students from around the world, and I've learned about different religions, different cultures, and it's made me a much better person.
In the United States, you take a lot of things for granted, and here you learn to appreciate things that you took for granted at home, but you also learn that there's another way of living.
Yeah, I really wanted to come to Germany to actually see parts in Germany where history is actually taking place, to really get a good feel of the history.
The people that I have met in my travels, it's just been the most excellent. That's the best thing that this year has allowed me to do.
There is a great deal of independence that is gained and a clear confidence that now I can take care of myself and my studies on my own, and I can do this with a surety that I will do it well. Almost every student who attends the programs comes back with the feeling that they have learned more in this 1 year or 1 semester of study than any other period of similar time in their lifetimes.
To find out more about studying overseas, contact Purdue Programs for Study Abroad, Schliemann Hall, West Lafayette, Indiana, 47907. For Purdue University, I'm Ray Cubberley.
We're back at Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Purdue Boilermakers have controlled the young, talented Michigan Wolverines and lead 10 points at halftime. One of 4 games in Big Ten play on this Wednesday night. Take a look at the Bud scoreboard. Iowa leading Illinois 21-9 at Iowa in the first half. Michigan State leading Northwestern by 16 also in the first half. And also, it's Minnesota playing Wisconsin, and Wisconsin leading the Golden Gophers by 6 in the first half. And we'll try and update you on those scores as the evening goes on. And we'll be back with more halftime activities following these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
From start to finish, J.E. Shekel Heating and Air Conditioning is on the job. Our residential installations begin with accurate and detailed estimates, and are followed up with in-house designing and qualified installers. And with the Trane XL1200 or XE900, you're assured of years of dependable air-conditioned comfort. Let J.E. Shekel and Trane make your home as comfortable and energy efficient as possible. From start to finish, we're on the job. J.E. Shekel Incorporated, 425-9131.
It's the Dodge Drive for the Gold sales drive. Now own Shadow America for only $69.84 thanks to 1,000 cash back. On Caravan, get $500 cash back, and you can get air at no extra charge. Up to $2,000 cash back on select Dodge trucks, and package savings up to $26.83. End soon. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Are you a Vietnam veteran? Do you have a child who has a genetic or handicapping condition? Do you need individual or family counseling? If you don't know where to turn, the American Legion Vietnam Veterans Family Assistance Program can help. Call 1-800-743-2468 to gain access to the health services and counseling you need. 1-800-743-2468. Make the right connection with the American Legion Vietnam Veterans Family Assistance Program.
Next time on Star Trek, The Next Generation.
What am I doing here?
Commander Data is held hostage by powerful aliens.
If I help you escape, will you take me with you?
Will he break free and survive his capture? Or will he face death trying to escape?
No life signs.
Find out on the next exciting episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Tonight at 9 here on Fox 44.
University of Michigan Athletic Department is going to be hosting the
In a moment, we'll take a look at the statistical picture where the Boilermakers have dominated the Michigan Wolverines till halftime.
Many of the top collegiate teams and wrestlers will be competing for the championship.
We're coming back with the Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
For almost 40 years, when area farmers think farm equipment, they think Yunker Brothers. Another reason why Yonkers is #1, service. They employ not just mechanics, but knowledgeable, experienced technicians, certified by Case IH. 10 service bays available for repair work or fully equipped vans available on site. Yonkers Service Department has a strong history of dealership, parts, and service. That's why Yonkers now offers their free new instant service line. Call 1-800-844-4290 for immediate assistance. Get online with Yunker Brothers and Case International, an unbeatable combination.
Whenever you hear someone claim they have the best checking accounts, stop and ask yourself what makes them the best. Most require minimum balance for free checking. So who has the lowest minimum balance? All of them have monthly service charges, so which one charges you less? At Union Federal, all we ask is that you shop around. We know when it comes to the best checking accounts in town, Union Federal puts you first.
The bank that puts you first.
WEVV-TV, Evansville.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need that? We're at Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and there's more snow up here than there is in Indiana, I'll guarantee you. But it's comfy in Chrysler right now as Purdue leads Michigan by the score of 37-27. Hello, everybody, with Bob Ford, Ken Double, glad to be back with you. Get another log on the fire, pop a little more popcorn for the second half, and we'll enjoy the rest of this ball game. It was a 6-6 tie early on. Purdue goes on a 14-4 run and really established themselves in this building.
They've done a nice job of coming in to what has been a very difficult place to play against a very talented club and said, hey, fellas, we're going to step right inside your jerseys and play some basketball with you here tonight. And they've done a fine job. They've stayed focused the entire contest, and Michigan is just totally out of their ball game.
One of the things that was surprising early on, expecting Michigan to do a lot of that running, Purdue beat their defense down the floor and got some easy baskets early.
Michigan has a habit of floating back down the court, and that comes from young people. They're not used to busting back and getting into defensive position. Purdue took advantage of that several times, and I'm sure that Steve Fisher's talking about that right now.
Now it's time for the Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report as we take a look at the statistics. First of all, the team stats in this one. They are surprising right off the bat with the field goals.
Boilermakers shooting well from the field at 55%. Michigan 46%, well below where they shoot on the year. Purdue has hit all of their free throws. Michigan 5 of 7, which is much better for them, although the Boilermakers haven't got to the line as many times as has Michigan. Three-point shooting very good still for Purdue. Michigan yet to scratch in that area. Rebounding 19-8, one of our keys to the ball game. Really done a good job. However, Boilermakers are turning that ball over too many times.
Picking up on the rebounding numbers, carrying over from the Iowa game where Purdue bested the Hawkeyes on the boards by 20 rebounds in that contest.
They've really done a good job working on that, and McNary got some of his points off the board, as did Stanback, so the Boilermakers really doing very, very well. Austin and Stanback, the scoring leaders for Purdue with 8, and Riley has 8 on the other side. There's a look at the Boilermakers scoring. Stanback showing 6 here. Waddell showing 6, 2 fouls on Waddell, 3 on Woody Austin, and that is a problem for the Boilermakers. Woody cannot afford to get foul number 4 and have to go to the bench for a long period of time.
And again, Riley and Weber with 8 each leading the Wolverines. And that's the Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report. And we'll be back with the second half after this.
The University of Michigan turns theory into practice. We're making your highways safer. We're providing health care to farm workers and their families. We're sharing college science with K-12 students. From showing the way toward a university education to making the world's waters cleaner and safer, the University of Michigan is all kinds of people in all kinds of places working to make our lives better.
The leaders and best.
3 centuries ago, French voyagers marveled at the lush forests of Indiana as they explored the meanderings of the Wabash River. Charting new territory continues today at a great university on the banks of that river. Purdue challenges present-day explorers to search out new discoveries, to push back the boundaries of knowledge, and to expand the minds of all who pass through here. Excitement is growing as word spreads about this world-class discovery, Purdue University.
Corn growers, rootworm protection has taken on a whole new shape. Introducing the Lock and Load closed handling system, the new, safer way to handle your insecticide. Each Lock and Load container opens automatically when attached to your planter lid. Just lock it on and it loads. It's fast, easy, and dust-free. New Lock and Load. Available only at your Cyanamid Agri-Center dealer.
Hardee's new fried chicken's in town, and we invited folks over to try it.
Chicken's kind of juicy and it's crispy. Real juicy. Juicy. It's nice and crispy.
How does it compare to KFC original recipe?
Hardee's tastes better in Kentucky anytime.
I think it's better chicken than Kentucky.
I don't like Kentucky.
Come on down to Hardee's. Find out why it's preferred over KFC original recipe 63 to 37. And now, get 8 pieces with 4 made-from-scratch biscuits for just $4.99. And any large side orders just $1. Limited time offer.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. By your local 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. By Counter Lock and Load Closed Handling Systems. By Farm Bureau Insurance and the more than 600 Farm Bureau Insurance agents across Indiana. And by Edie's Grand Ice Cream, America's finest premium ice cream, made in Indiana with Hoosier pride. With Bob Ford, Ken Double back at Chrysler Arena, where the Boilermakers have used that methodical offense and good defense to control the talented young Michigan Wolverines, who have averaged 85 points a game so far this year, but have just 27 at halftime. And as always, you know that there will be changes and strategies affected following halftime. These next 5 or 7 minutes, vitally important for both these teams. Michigan wants to get their offense in gear. Purdue wants to keep control, keep this crowd out of it. The Boilermakers have the ball to start.
I would think maybe Michigan might try to throw a knockout punch right here at the top of the half and change the style of this ball game right off.
Waddell trying to feed Darner, who made a nice inside cut to the basket. A reach-in foul on Talley, his second, and the Boilermakers get a foul called right away on Michigan to start the second half.
That would have been a great steal for Michigan to be able to come out and get the job done early and get off and running.
The pass inside to Austin, stolen by the Wolverines. They get the steal anyway. Now here's Rose. He has been alarmingly quiet. Voskuhl can hit the three-pointer. Weber. Oh my, a sky shot falls through as McIver, a surprise starter in the second half. The veteran Rich McIver, a sophomore from Freeport, Texas. Veteran in terms of these other 5 young freshmen. Gets the first basket of the second half. Nice feed to Standback. Blew it, but McNary with a slam dunk rebound. Good follow by the youngster.
McNary really here to play tonight. Starts the second half just like he started the first.
McNary has 10. And makes the steal, but it falls back into the hands of the Wolverines. Voskuhl misses the 3. Standback fell down. Weber shot it too hard. Gets out of bounds and belongs to the Wolverines as Austin couldn't get a hand on it. There you see McNary as he come to play.
But if you don't keep the Wolverines away from the basket on the block out, they're really going to get you. Here's a look at the one a moment ago. McNary with the finish. Give the Boilermakers their first 2 of the half.
Now Talley. Voskuhl finds Weber, left the fadeaway short, and McNary, or check that Standback with a rebound.
Weber on the inside's a guy that should never shoot a fall away. He's a guy that ought to be shooting that power shot every time.
Like a shortstop with a short hop scoop. A good play by Waddell. Austin. And Woody Austin scores. He's got 10.
Boilermakers able to dodge that bullet from the Wolverines, who are trying very, very hard to get back into this ball game in a hurry.
The Boilermakers have their biggest lead of the ball game at 12. Rose misfires. Waddell behind the trees with the rebound. Austin on Voskuhl.
Outstanding defense by Waddell. He was right in Rose's face on the entire drive, able to knock him off balance where he couldn't hit the shot.
Off the screen, Woody misses, and McIver high for the rebound. Talley pushing him up the floor. Weber got the roll.
Great move by Weber. Point number 8 for him as he made the nice little spin move. The jump hook was soft and rolled right into the bucket for him.
Now Darner. Austin forces Voskuhl down, forces the shot. Standback over the back, came away with the basketball. A fresh 45 for the Boilermakers.
McIver a little slow reacting to that one. Standback able to muscle him.
Austin almost had his pocket picked by Talley, and he traveled with the basketball. That's turnover number 15 for Purdue. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Wolverines.
Here's a look at the Boilermakers battling that backboard. McNary up to get after the ball. And then it's Standback who outmuscles McIver and gets the rebound.
Talley with a lane. Blew it. However, they're going to call goaltending. Count the basket for Talley. He's got 4. Break for the Wolverines, who now move to within 8 at 41-33, and here comes the pressure.
I like the goaltending call a lot better than the slam dunk that came after it.
Purdue still not across the timeline. Darner lost the ball. Talley left it for Weber. And a foul. I believe the foul is on Purdue. No, the foul is going to be called on Weber. Weber is called for the foul. It's going to Purdue, and Fisher can't believe it.
Here's a look at it. There's the ball going up, and he goes right into Waddell. Boy, that is a break for the Boilermakers to get that call. Here's a look at it again. Darner goes down. They make the steal, and the foul goes the other direction. What a break.
Now Purdue reloads the offense. Nearing 16-minute mark left in the ball game. Purdue with an 8-point edge. You know, that alley-oop interpreted as a shot by the official, and as Waddell went up toward the rim, Weber came over his back, and that was the call.
Waddell was in great position. He was right in the middle of the play and able to get the job done.
Austin got caught in no man's land and hit the back of the basket. King almost hit Weber in the ankle with a pass. Talley blew him. Had the open 3 and left it short, and a foul as McNary had the rebound. He got hammered by Voskuhl, who picks up his first. And we're going to take a timeout here. 15.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Purdue by 8. We're coming right back.
One Bowl 4 is right around the corner. And if you have a ticket, you can win $1 million cash.
I get movie tickets, I get concert tickets, I get a speeding ticket. Well, I get a Bud Bowl ticket.
You'll find your ticket where you buy Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry Draft beer.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. What are you waiting for?
I'm going.
Pick up your ticket at a participating store, and you just might be a winner. Bud Bowl 4. This time it's for $1 million.
Sure, you work in an office.
What do you mean 8?
But you live on the phone, which is why you should know about Centranet service from GTE. With Centranet, you get the features and flexibility of the most sophisticated business telephone system. Not the high cost of one.
It's really, really difficult for me right now.
Because while you spend most of your time on the phone,
You hung up when he's gone now.
there's no need to spend most of your money.
For as long as there have been neighbors, there have been neighborhoods. And with them came a tradition of people relying on one another. And along with the post office and the grocer, many have come to rely on their neighborhood 76 station for quality gasolines. The same quality the winning drivers in NASCAR depend on us to provide. And how could we do anything less for our neighbors? 76. Go with the spirit.
Back at Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The Boilermakers leading the Wolverines by 8, 41-33. The second half going a little bit in fits and starts compared to the first half, and lots of scrambling on the floor.
Boy, look at this. The ball goes up. Waddell turns and tries to knock it away, and Weber runs into him and knocks him down. The official interpreted that as an over-the-back call. Boilermakers got the ball back on that play, and that was a terrific break for Purdue.
There you see the turnover numbers, and Michigan converting on Purdue's turnovers. Purdue unable, and yet the Boilermakers with the lead. Full court pressure from the Wolverines. Purdue has no trouble breaking it this time. 15:20 to go in the ball game. And Michigan has really stepped up the defensive pressure, Bob.
They're way out on the floor. McNary caught for a moment.
Started the dribble just in time, which gives him a fresh 5 seconds. Nice move by Waddell. They're going to call a jump ball. McIver did a great job to cleanly get a hand on the shot. It fell back into the arms of Waddell. And on the jump and the possession arrow, it goes to Michigan.
Waddell looking again for his little lean in. These are just long arms. No way you can coach against that when a guy's got a wing spread like McIver does. It's going to give him an opportunity to make that kind of play over the top.
Now Darner comes back in for Purdue. McIver is on the bench for Michigan. Austin sits down for the Boilermakers. It's 41-33. Michigan closed to within 4 at 29-25, but trailed by 10 at halftime. The Wolverines trying to get the lead back. Purdue. Jackson misses. Darner with a rebound. Good position by the sophomore.
Michigan just not able to dial in their shooting tonight. A lot of their points coming off the turnovers, but their offense as a whole has been just a little bit out of sync.
They're 3 of 9 this half. And that's for a team that shot better than 51% for the year from the field. Now Painter in trouble. Darner, stand back. The lofty shot picked off by Painter. It's out of bounds to Michigan. Painter upset, thought maybe there was some contact. Looking for a call, but it's been very physical all night long.
It has been. It's been a tough ball game for everyone. Painter that time had to rebound, and the ball came down and bounced off the side of his foot and went out of bounds. Michigan gets a break.
Now Purdue has gone 4 minutes without a basket. Michigan has gone 5 minutes with just 2 points. The scoring has just stopped as Riley is hammered on the rebound attempt. It's out of bounds, and it belongs to Purdue. The Boilermakers have gone through these stretches, Bob, in both their Big Ten games. At Illinois, they had about a 6-minute stretch in the first half where they didn't score. Against Iowa, they had a 4.5-minute stretch where they didn't score. And the fear against a team like Michigan to go into one of those stretches, if these guys get it cooked into high gear, is Riley's wide open for the dunk. That's the way to break one of those stretches. Get your big guy open in the middle for a dunk. It's getting very quiet at Chrysler Arena. And right back is Jimmy King with a long-range jumper. He's got 4. Purdue's lead again 8 at 43-35.
Michigan beginning to jump out and trying to play the passing lanes. That's how they got beat last time. Riley was open on the inside and a good pass was made.
So the Boilermakers again have survived a long stretch. 20 on the shot clock. $10 on the timer. Darner open. Here comes Weber. Here's Rose. Weber. And the taller Wolverines off the break get the basket. Weber's got a dozen.
They just played volleyball with it that time. Once it gets up there, they get their big people down the court. They're now trying to throw the knockout punch at Purdue and get right back into the ball game.
Purdue having trouble finding the open shot, although they had Darner for 3 a moment ago. 15 on the timer. 5-second call. Rose was close enough on the defense, and Waddell held the ball too long. Turnover number 20 against Purdue.
Those turnovers are going to be the difference in the ball game if they don't turn them around here pretty quick. Here's Waddell. Now notice Rose is sneaking in. He's just inside the area, right there, just inside the area. And the call is made. Good job by Michigan. Juwan Howard backing in on stand back. Oh,
an athletic move by King as the ball is knocked out of bounds by Jackson to Purdue. A break for the Boilermakers there as King did everything but get that rebound in the basket. We're coming back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
I live for the day when I can buy what I need without borrowing money.
Come on. Do you really think that'll ever happen?
Well, someday it will, but for now...
For now, you're just like a jillion other successful people who didn't inherit big bucks. You know, getting a loan isn't a big deal.
Well, it is at my bank.
Then maybe you need a bank that believes in your potential.
INB has loans for any good reason. Get the feeling at INB.
Equipment scan showing a fracture in the duplicate housing. Could shut down production. Replace now. Human Resources, employee stress monitor on overload in bookkeeping. Give pep talk. Fleet manager, tire tread alert, left rear vehicle 3. Oh, hi, Sue.
Copy, Rick.
Oh, great, thanks.
You can spend a lot of money protecting your company from risk, or you can save a lot of money by getting a Risk Control Plus review from Federated Insurance. We write it right.
Brand 3394.
Next up for the Boilermakers, the other team from the state of Michigan. The Spartans come calling to Mackey Arena January 22nd. We'll be on the air at 8 o'clock, and we hope you'll join us then. My guess is, with all the snow on the ground, lots of folks are home enjoying this one. The Boilermakers leading by 6 with 11:44 to go. The leading scorers in the ball game, you see it right there. That is James Voskuhl on the Michigan bench, and he missed a couple of games with a sprained right ankle. Didn't get to play in the Red Lobster Classic against Brigham Young and Virginia Tech. Was ineffective in the early Big Ten games as the Boilermakers throw it away. Michigan getting into the up-tempo game. Both players tried the alley-oop slam dunk, and they both missed it. Purdue with stand back. He gets hammered. An intentional foul is called against Juwan Howard, the freshman. The Boilermakers will get free throws and the ball back as Standback will go to the free throw line.
There's a look at it again, and the difference there is the fact that Howard just went up after Standback rather than going after the basketball. You've got to go after the ball, make an attempt at the block, and not just go after the player. That's a good call by the officiating team as they're trying to get this game under control. It has really been physical.
So Ian Standback, who has been struggling at the free throw line, will head to the stripe.
Michigan fans, if I could have your attention, please.
An announcement from the public address system
refrain from throwing items on the floor.
Asking the fans to not throw items on the floor. Good call by the public address system here and the officials at the University of Michigan. Standback drops the free throw.
There's a look again, and no question that Howard just went after Standback and not after the ball. That's what the officials called.
Standback misses. He's got 7 points in the ball game. The Purdue lead is 44-37. The Boilermakers will inbound with the intentional foul and an opportunity to make a three-point play here. Standback on the back cut, wide open. Made it look easy as the Boilermakers now lead it again by 9, 46-37.
That time Michigan just went to sleep on the backside. They didn't expect they would go right back to Standback.
King gets it to curl home. He's got 4. You know, earlier, Bob, that was a 5-point swing, and that Michigan had 2 players high for a dunk. They both missed it. Purdue came down and got the free throw and the 2-pointer.
Boilermakers are going to have to pay attention to King now. That's his 2nd in a row.
Now Trice. Trice forces it up. Lots of contact. Bodies all over the floor. Trice keeps it alive. Austin. What a play for the Boilermakers, and what a battle royale on the floor at Chrysler Arena.
Here's a team Purdue loves to play that rough style of basketball. Michigan doesn't like it, and the Boilermakers getting the best of it.
Trice dives on the floor, keeps it alive. It's out of bounds to Purdue. And Rose very slow to get up, and the fans upset. The Michigan bench concerned, thinking that perhaps Rose was undercut by Trice. Unbelievable turn of events at Ann Arbor. Another look.
Here's a look at the ball now. Trice goes after it, hits the ball first. Down goes Rose afterwards. Boilermakers get the basketball back. Here's that scramble at the other end. As Trice was nailed on the inside, there was no call. He kept hustling after the ball, got it back to Austin, who got the basket, and Purdue is getting the best of it at the moment here at Chrysler.
Now, I'll tell you what, Trice has nursed a bad hip, a bum ankle, a bad knee, but he's come and played very aggressively in this game tonight. Nice feed for Riley. Goaltending. Offensive foul is called first. No basket as Riley ran into the freshman Jackson. Riley's second foul. The ball goes over to the Wolverines.
It's a good idea by Purdue to get the ball to Riley. You couldn't even see Jackson from where we're sitting. We couldn't even see him down there. He's in great position. And Riley draws the foul. Michigan gets it back.
48-39. Purdue by 9. Weber misses the ball out of bounds. It goes to Michigan. They got to get a little stickum on the fingers of Ian Stanback. He's having a tough time holding on to the basketball. Steve Fisher, who had that storybook start as the head coach at Michigan, stepping in for Bill Frieder, took the Wolverines in '89 to the NCAA championship. But I'll guarantee you the pressure is on now with this great talent here. Talley. What a great move to the left hand. Talley has 6. It's 48-41. 9 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the ball game. Purdue with a 7-point lead, but what a great move by Talley.
Talley trying to lead this ball club back. Little step fake, goes right to the bucket, curls around Riley, stays away from the heavy contact and gets the bucket. Great shot.
Now Painter has dribbled himself into trouble to found Riley. Austin. Ba-boom! He banks it in, and the Boilermakers lead it again by 9. Austin has 14. Rose, the lefty, misses, and Riley did a good job to keep Eric Riley at bay. Stanback beats the defense and scores again. Ian Stanback has 11. And Purdue keeps answering the bell. An upset in the making in Ann Arbor.
Wolverines not able to get on track. Maybe because Rose is having such a bad night. They've depended on him as a scorer, and he has just been shut out.
King misfires. Stanback has it knocked out of his hands. Eric Riley batted it out of bounds. The Boilermakers with a basketball, and Cornelius McNary comes back in. Darner comes back in. Painter sits down. McNary going to come in, I believe, for Stanback. That puts him at a big forward position. And again, full court pressure from the Wolverines.
Here comes Voskuhl back into the lineup. Now, they took him to the locker room and worked on that right ankle of his. He's wearing a brace as well as a tape job. And you can tell by looking at that ankle that it's not feeling real good, and it's very, very thick from all the padding they have on it.
Rose swats it out of bounds. Palinka, number 3, is on the floor as well, as Fisher has an unusual lineup on the court right now.
They're looking for speed and quickness to try to speed this ball game up. It has been a plodding kind of game, which plays to Purdue's style.
And Voskuhl picks off the loose ball as Trice was trying to push it in the corner. 22 Purdue turnovers. They've been able to survive it so far. Palinka misses. Austin. Woody Austin. He's got 16 coming off that 24-point effort against Iowa.
Austin has been there every time on the fast break, on the loose ball that Purdue has been able to pick up. They found Woody Austin, and he's answered time after time with little jump shots, bank shots, and has done a great job for him.
Purdue on an 11-4 run, but now Riley answers the bell on that one.
Riley had a great start in the first half. That's his first two-pointer here in the second half, as they have not been able to get the ball inside to their big people and utilize that size advantage they have.
Purdue shooting 8 of 13 in the second half. Michigan just 8 of 20. Trice has it swatted out of bounds. No foul on the play. The ball belongs to the Boilermakers. We'll take a timeout here. Purdue leading by 11. We're coming back right after these messages.
In just about every hometown across Indiana, you'll find an insurance company that's been offering the same great service for over 50 years.
Tom. Hi, Bob. Nice to see you.
Your Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Morning, Mrs. Taylor.
Oh, hi, Bob.
He can insure your car, your home, your life, and your business.
Hey, Mr. Johnson.
Hi, Nicky.
I've been meaning to talk to you about insuring my stand.
We'll talk in a few years, okay?
And Farm Bureau Insurance will always be here, serving your hometown for generations to come.
All across Indiana, young men and women dream of representing their country on the U.S. Olympic team. But training isn't free, and without help, many won't be able to compete. That's why we're introducing Winning Spirit from the Hoosier Lottery, with more cash prizes than ever before, up to $1,000 instantly. More importantly, a portion of the proceeds from this game go to Indiana's Olympic hopefuls. Because we believe that in order to win, all anyone needs is a chance.
So I'm doing my sound check.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I hear this woman's voice.
Crunch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar. And then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good. Not.
Someone that hot deserves something this cold. Suddenly, I remember this was a bud spot.
I like your style.
With Bob Ford, Ken Doubleback in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and as cold as it is outside, it's heating up inside. The Boilermakers leading the Wolverines. Take a look at the fast break points, Bob. That's a surprising statistic.
Purdue time and again has been able to sneak behind the defense and get that long pass in there, as the Wolverines have not gotten back as quickly as Coach Fisher would like for them to, and the Boilermakers have been able to take that and the fact that they've done a great job on the backboard and parlay it into a 11-point lead here in the second half with 7:27 remaining in the ball game.
Purdue inbounding, trying to find an open man. It's Austin. He passes on the screen and throws it outside to Waddell. The Boilermakers load the gun with now 12 on the shot clock. Austin can't get it to go. Riley keeping it alive, and it comes down to Voskuhl with a gutsy effort on that bum ankle. Rose almost mishandled the ball. Weber over Riley. It's knocked out of bounds, and a foul on Riley. Weber will go to the free throw line. That is only the third team foul on Purdue. Michigan guilty of just 4.
Here's the inside play. Riley is all over him. You can't see the other hand from that angle, but it was right on the waist of Weber. He had a hold of him. Weber now going to the free throw line, where he's not been a great shooter.
For the year, Weber hitting them at just 53%. 1 of 8 in Big Ten play. Averaging 16.5 points a game. Michigan's Mr. Basketball missed them both. And Austin, a former Indiana Mr. Basketball, comes down with a rebound.
Weber's really got to work on that part of his game. He's got all the tools to be an outstanding player, but you've got to be able to go to that free throw line, especially as big as he is, and the inside play that he can generate.
Austin passed on the shot again. Purdue real happy to work a lot of the 45-second clock on each possession now.
They're going to wind that clock, look for the good shot. Now they'll take the layup or the easy shot if they get it.
Austin for 3, right to Riley. Swatted out of bounds. Good play by McIver.
He came out of nowhere to knock that one away. It looked like Riley had an easy layup, and all of a sudden McIver nailed it. Here's a look at it. Rebound will come down to Riley. What looks like an easy one, McIver just comes right out of the ground and knocks it out of bounds. This Michigan club, as we saw earlier, 77-30 in blocks in terms of what they have and what the Boilermakers have coming into the contest.
Waddell off the screen. Got it home. Big bucket by Matt Waddell. He's got 8. And the Boilermakers maintain a 13-point advantage at 56-43. Rose down low to Riley. Eric Riley scores. He's got a dozen. Michigan answers the call.
Nice penetrating pitch by Rose. He's playing out at that point position, and you'll look for him to do that now. He's got to get his big people in this contest. Purdue's got the defense spread out all over the court, looking for a breakdown, looking for a backdoor or a mistake by Michigan.
Although the Wolverines have more of a veteran lineup out there. Palinka is a senior. Voskuhl is a junior. McIver is a veteran. McNary's had a big game. Tried to force feed it underneath to Austin. Nobody there but the yellow shirts. 23 turnovers by the Boilermakers as Voskuhl misfires McIver. Count the basket and a foul on the play.
Bad thing about that is he traveled big time before he took the shot. Maybe we'll be able to see it from this angle if we can see his feet. There he catches it. Look at him move both feet before he dribbles it. The official didn't see it. The foul right there. It goes in the bucket. Michigan gets a break. Here's another look at it from a low angle. He goes right up, and he's really whacked by Darner. Muscles at home, and the Wolverines have some life.
5 minutes and 16 seconds remaining, and the Wolverines can crawl within 8 if McIver drops the free throw. He does. It's 56-47, and the crowd coming to life. The Boilermakers trying to survive 23 turnovers and win at Chrysler Arena against this talented Michigan unit. They break the press, and Waddell starts the play. Woody Austin couldn't get it home.
Boilermaker guns beginning to quiet down now and cool off. Michigan gets a basket here. The Boilermakers are going to have to really concentrate and get one right back.
Rose trying to force the play. Count the basket and a foul on McNary. Michigan on an 8-2 run has trimmed a 13-point deficit to 6. They can cut it to 5 with a free throw.
Rose really wants this shot. You see him hunting it. Goes right up against McNary, who commits the contact foul. Rose gets this thing to go home, and look at those of you at home watching this one. Michigan's on their way back now with a chance to cut it to 5, and if they do, this place is going to go wild.
Rose, a 78% free throw shooter for the year. With a 3-point play, he has just 5 in the ball game, but he's becoming a factor. It's a 5-point game. The Boilermakers desperately need a basket.
Well, those turnovers are really beginning to tell now. They didn't make much difference at 13 points as an advantage. But now when you get down here and you look at all those opportunities lost, it really makes a difference in the contest.
Who will step up for the Boilermakers? Will it be the freshman Waddell? Or can Michigan shut him down and get the first lead in the game since it was 4-2? They've never been closer than 4 at 29-25. Austin with a good pass, but he threw it out of bounds. Thought he had Darner, and Michigan's pressure defense causes turnover 24.
Good idea to try to find Darner down low, but the defense had recovered, and they were all over Darner. The ball goes out of bounds, and all of a sudden the Boilermakers appear to have run out of options as Michigan is shutting them down.
Rose, and a foul on Darner. Rose goes back to the free throw line, and had that one gone, that would have been 3 3-point opportunities in a row.
How many times have you seen it when things start to go your way? Darner pushed that way before he took that shot. The push was called. But here goes Rose to the free throw line for 2 opportunities. That foul was committed while he was still on the court.
Rose already is 7th on Michigan's all-time freshman scoring list. Drops that free throw, and it's a 4-point game. 3:59 left in the contest. And now the Wolverines are as close as they've been in a long time. Purdue trying to hang on. We're coming back after this local timeout. This is the Raycom Sports Network.
What am I gonna do?
About what?
Protecting my hard-earned money.
What's the worry?
Come on, you've heard the news. Who can you trust anymore?
Maybe you need to do a little homework.
So you're not worried?
Well, let's just say I made a rock-solid decision years ago.
Confidence. Get the feeling at INB.
For almost 40 years, when area farmers think farm equipment, they think Yunker Brothers. Another reason why Yunkers is #1, their parts department. A 4-person staff with years of experience. If for some reason Yunkers doesn't have what you need in their massive inventory, their computers can track down that hard-to-find part through Case International or another dealer facility. Need assistance? Call Yunkers' free new instant service line, 1-800-844-4290 for immediate assistance. Get online with Yunker Brothers and Case International, an unbeatable combination.
From start to finish, J.E. Shekel Heating and Air Conditioning is on the job. Our residential installations begin with accurate and detailed estimates and are followed up with in-house designing and qualified installers. And with the Trane XL1200 or XE900, you're assured of years of dependable air-conditioned comfort. Let J.E. Shekel and Trane make your home as comfortable and energy efficient as possible. From start to finish, we're on the job. J.E. Shekel Incorporated, 425-9131.
The Purdue Boilermakers enjoyed a 46-37 lead early in the second half. Michigan has been on a 26-13 run since then, a 10-2 run recently to wipe out a 13-point lead. It's 56-53 right now. Purdue clinging to a 3-point lead. Just a tick under 4 minutes left.
Well, the Boilermakers are looking at the rising Michigan bench points, 23-6, as all of a sudden the tide turned. Couple of shots rolled in for Michigan on 3-point opportunities. Boilermakers not able to come back and get the job done. Turnovers have hurt them. Now the Wolverines are playing up to their normal game style.
And Purdue struggling with the press. Across the timeline with Standback. Now Darner. And Purdue desperate for a basket to try and regain a little cushion.
Even a free throw at this point. Get something on the board this time. Boilermakers very perimeter now.
Michigan with just 4 team fouls, Purdue with 5. Each team thus with at least 1 foul to give. Michigan with 2. Darner nowhere to go. Austin can create. What a move! He couldn't get it home. Standback with a great follow, and the Boilermakers get a big bucket there.
Maybe Purdue can ride on that. Get themselves fired back up again. Austin made an outstanding move, and Standback even a better tip.
Standback with 13. The Purdue lead is 5. Rose all alone. Lost the defense and scores.
All night long, Rose has had that advantage, and the Wolverines have not thrown him the basketball. Time and again, he was open under the basket, and they were not able to get it to him. Now they're beginning to find him, and that has really helped them get back into the ballgame.
Rose has 9. 2.5 minutes left in this ball game. Purdue leading by 3. Austin with a little room. Got it! A 3-point bomber by Woody Austin. He's got 19. Austin in Big Ten play is averaging 21.5 points a ball game. He answers the call big time for the Boilermakers with that one.
Purdue needs a stop here now to kind of end this momentum and this run that the Wolverines have had. 3-point play by Austin that time, and the great tip by Standback the time before.
Standback guilty of a foul, pushing on MacGyver. Check that. They're calling it on Darner. His third personal foul. No shots. It's the ball out of bounds for Michigan. However, that is team foul number 6 on Purdue. The next one, and the Wolverines get free throws.
What great form by Austin from the outside. Left open just for a moment. And he is a good standstill shooter if you give him an opportunity to look at the basket.
They're going to call a foul inside, away from the action. It's on Standback, his second, as you look at Coach Fisher, concerned. He was not happy the way the Minnesota game went, but his youngsters got a lesson in Big Ten play on the road, concerned about losing one here at home. Now MacIver will be going to the free throw line for Michigan with 1:51 remaining and Purdue leading by 6 at 61-55. MacIver, a sophomore, 6'9", out of Freeport, Texas. The Texas Class 4A Player of the Year a couple of years ago. Phys ed major. Ooh, did it get quiet in here. Missed the free throw badly, but it was tracked down on a good play by Jackson. And he traveled with the basketball. So the turnover bugaboo bites Michigan that time. Second half turnover. That is Michigan's third this half, 12th in the ball game.
Here's a look at it again. Back to the outside, the fake, the double pump with the feet. Waddell very happy about that one as the Boilermakers lost that rebound, which is a real no-no in Coach Katie's system. Got the break with a turnover from Michigan, get the ball back, and are in great position now.
A 6-point lead, 1.5 minutes left on the game clock. Darner almost mishandled the ball.
Look at those turnovers. 11 second-half turnovers for Purdue, only 3 for Michigan, yet the Boilermakers lead at 61-55.
15 on the timer. Michigan with more of that in-your-vest one-on-one defense. Six on the timer. Austin gets his own rebound. Another 45 seconds for Purdue. Less than a minute left in the ball game.
Wolverines are going to have to foul now.
And they foul Link Darner, and Darner goes to the free throw line. A 77% shooter for the Boilermakers. He has not had an attempt in Big Ten play. No free throws yet. No free throws. That is only the 5th team foul on Michigan. That's actually a break for Purdue.
There's that shot, and Woody followed it. Did a great job, and all you young players see that. Woody Austin, a great shooter, followed that ball into the basket. It didn't go in. He got the rebound. That, along with that 3-point basket that he had back at the 2:18 mark, probably are the 2 biggest plays in this contest right now for Purdue.
A number of interesting telltale statistics of this one. 1, all those turnovers, and Purdue has survived. 2, Michigan, for the year, a 37% three-point shooting team, 0 for 8 in this game, and a foul is called. The guilty party is Freddie Hunter, a senior out of Detroit, his first. That is Michigan's 6th. And Purdue still doesn't go to the free throw line. And again, that plays to the Boilermakers' favor with 45 seconds left and a timeout on the floor. We'll break here and come right back to Chrysler Arena with the Boilermakers leading. Don't go away.
What scores big with the big 3 coaches?
Coca-Cola Classic. Diet Coke.
I pick Sprite. You can pick any of the 3 in the Big 3 game. Just look under Big 3 caps on 2-liter bottles and win an instant prize like this exciting Pathfinder from Nissan. It's right on the money right now. Or a U.S. air trip to Florida. Or one of thousands of free food or discounts at McDonald's.
Pick the real thing, Coca-Cola Classic. Or the real cola taste of Diet Coke. Or the great lime and taste of Sprite. Play Big 3 today.
Go. Please stand by roll, Steve.
Take B.
Without Coal, you'd never be able to watch a basketball game without a ticket. That's right. The game you've been watching has been brought to you by Coal. Coal that makes the electricity that makes television possible. and a lot of other things we'd have a hard time doing without. We're Amex Coal Industries. Just think of us as a basketball power.
Great job, people.
With Bob Ford, Ken Double back at Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan, the University of Michigan, where Purdue leads by 6 with 45.9 ticks left on the game clock. The Boilermakers poised for an upset.
Purdue in great shape right now. The Austin rebound with 1 minute left. And the Wolverines allowed Purdue to knock 15 more seconds off that clock before they committed team foul number 6. Now the next one will get them to the free throw line. Michigan will put on hard pressure here. Only 2 3-pointers away from tying this contest. There'll be tough pressure here. If they don't get the steal right off, they're going to have to put the Boilers at the line so they can get the ball back.
Link Darner right in front of us, getting ready to inbound the basketball. Steve Fisher hollering instructions from the bench.
King has got to go back out of the lineup. He checked in at the wrong time, so Hunter has to come back in. Now we're ready.
Get your hands up. This might get smacked right back in our nose, and Purdue has to call a timeout as Darner couldn't find the inbound player. We're going to take a timeout and come back to Chrysler Arena after these messages.
Introducing the sweeter side of Wheaties, new Wheaties Honey Gold. If you make it, they won't eat it. Because people are hungering for the crispy flakes of corn and whole grain wheat that make it Wheaties. Hungering for that delectable golden honey that makes it Honey Gold. New Wheaties Honey Gold, the sweeter side of Wheaties.
Is this heaven?
No, it's breakfast.
New Wheaties Honey Gold, the sweeter side of Wheaties.
Yeah, you can buy cheaper sausage in Jimmy Dean, that's true. And one of the oldest and truest sayings in the world is you get what you pay for. We use the finest cuts of pork and the finest spices that money can buy. So, Jimmy Dean sausage doesn't cook away like the bargain brands do. And I'll tell you one thing, I had a whole lot rather explain the price than apologize for the quality. Jimmy Dean, you get what you pay for.
We're back at Ann Arbor, Michigan, and there are 45.9 seconds remaining on the game clock. The Purdue Boilermakers will inbound, still hoping to survive 24 turnovers, but they've shot well for the ball game. And take a look at this one, Bob, where Michigan scored 87, almost 88 points a ball game before the Big Ten. Look at how it's come down.
Well, they play a lot tougher defense in the Big Ten, and you've seen it here tonight. Both teams playing just vicious defense. Now the Boilermakers trying to get the ball in.
Riley has it slapped out of his hands. And now Michigan gets it to Voskuhl. He's almost immobile. The forced three-pointer way off. Jackson has the rebound. He scores, and the Wolverines call a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. There are now 29 seconds exactly left in the ball game. We'll come back for those final ticks off the clock after this timeout.
You're not a kid anymore. You must be kidding me. You look 10 years younger than you're supposed to be. You've got smooth, soft skin, bright, shining eyes. Drinking milk every day, well, that's no surprise, 'cause milk tastes delicious. You're not a kid anymore. And I'll tell you what's more. You're not a kid anymore. Milk's good for you. You're not a kid anymore.
Milk, 'cause you're not a kid anymore.
Not a kid anymore.
Why are you drinking so much coffee, Charlie?
I'm about to have a Farm Bureau Insurance client account review and evaluation.
It's just a fancy name for saying your Farm Bureau Insurance agent has this great new service designed to review all your insurance policies. You know how fast things change.
Client account review and evaluation.
C-A-R-E.
Farm Bureau Insurance really does care. So what are you so worried about?
The Purdue Boilermakers have won 4 in a row over Michigan. The last 2 stops here at Chrysler, looking for 5 straight and 3 in a row in this building.
Very quick lineup right now for Michigan. They're looking for the steal right off. The Boilermakers also in there with their quick people. They've got 4 guys who either play guard or small forward, and Craig Riley, the big guy in the middle, he's matched up against Weber.
29 seconds remaining. Purdue by 4, 61-57. Trying to get the ball inbounds. They get it to Waddell, and quickly Talley reaches around and fouls him. And Matt Waddell goes to the free throw line. 3 fouls on Talley. That is now Michigan's 7th team foul. And Waddell, coming off that 19-point game, goes to the free throw line. Steve Fisher watching pensively. Waddell, an 87% free thrower in Big Ten play, 85% overall. Ian Stanback coming into the lineup. Purdue in the first half only shot 3 free throws, made them all. Waddell made 1 of them. Just 1 out of 2 this half.
The guy you want at the line, though.
He drops it home. He'll have another one.
Just another day at the office for Matt Waddell. Great free throw shooter. Ice water in his veins. Never looks like he's perturbed on the court. He'll look for 1 more.
He got it, and Waddell with that free throw now has 10 points. And Konzo Martin comes in and replaces Link Darner. Martin a little quicker defensively. And he'll pick up Rose. Rose works around him, throws it into the corner. Great catch in the corner. The shot no good. Martin has the rebound. The misfire by King. Michigan fouls immediately, and the Boilermakers head back to the free throw line. We'll have an opportunity to extend the lead. They lead it by 6. Just 18 seconds left, and there are some Purdue Boilermakers on the bench doing a little celebrating after the foul by Voskuhl. There you see the Purdue coaching staff and a look down the bench.
What a turnaround for this Boilermaker ball club here in the last 3 ball games. Played a tough game at Illinois, lost it in overtime, came back to beat Iowa in overtime, and here they've got Michigan on the ropes right now, and this would be a major upset.
Martin drops the free throw.
Number 12, Matt Painter.
Painter comes back in. Stanback sits down. Michigan, their number 15 national ranking on the line here. And all the prognosticators will say, I don't know how Gene Cady does it. I don't know how Gene Cady does it year in and year out. But he gets the job done somehow as Rose forces another 3, and he got it. They're going to call that a 2-pointer. They'll call his toes on the line, and another timeout by the Wolverines. No, it will be a 3. It will be a 3-pointer. So that makes it 65 to 60, a 5-point game with 7.5 seconds left.
Rose, look.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. By your local 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. By Counter Lock and Load Closed Handling Systems. By Farm Bureau Insurance and the more than 600 Farm Bureau Insurance agents across Indiana. And by Edie's Grand Ice Cream, America's finest premium ice cream, made in Indiana with Hoosier pride. We've got 7.5 seconds left. Purdue with a 5-point lead in control. Bob, our Napa important part of the game. Boy, you can talk about a lot of different things.
You look at the controlled tempo that the Boilermakers have been able to maintain throughout this game. Now, it's not over yet, 7.5. You got some things to do, but it looks like it's in control, and the rebounding has been outstanding. They just haven't given Michigan that second and third opportunity that they're used to having.
The Boilermakers, again, at one stretch, out rebounding Michigan 20 by 38 to 18. Will inbound long. The baseball pass is tipped back to Talley. Talley into the corner. Rose misses. Austin has it, and it's all over. The Boilermakers win it 65 to 60. go to 2-1 in the Big Ten. Michigan falls to 1-2 with the Purdue upset victory here. For Bob Ford, this is Ken Double saying so long from Ann Arbor. We hope you'll join us Wednesday night, January 22nd at 8, when the Boilermakers take on the Michigan State Spartans right here on Raycom. This has been a dandy. We hope you enjoyed it. This has been a copyrighted presentation of the Big Ten Conference.